What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we've had this 2022 GMC Sierra Denali for 1 week. So we're gonna go over our thoughts on being able to drive this every single day. And before we get it out on the road, we'll take a quick look at this spec. With the Denali package, you get the 22-inch wheels. We have the power running boards, the standard bed. This also has the Carbon Pro option as well. We have the 6.2 liter in it. And then a quick look at the interior. This does have a two-tone design, which makes it a really cool interior for this truck. But now let's go ahead and get this out on the road. All right, so with this 2022 GMC Sierra, this is actually the last year before this gets a major upgrade refresh, isn't it?
Yeah, ironically, the 2022 new one, same year, but it is all new, which is coming out very shortly. So it's kind of hard to really pick this apart since the new one's out, and we had the new generation Yukon for a week, which is all new, really nice interior, which is what the new Sierra is going to have. So let's first start off with what do we really like about this truck and kind of the usability and stuff, and then we'll just talk about our little nitpicky things, even though they're kind of outdated complaints at this point since this is the outgoing model.
So let's start with the multifunction tailgate step.
A multipro tailgate.
Yeah.
So that is on the Chevy and the GMC. And that tailgate is awesome. So we'll play a quick clip. So we're doing some moving right now, and I was moving a dresser, and I ended up having the entire bed loaded up. And the way you can set up that tailgate with your step into it, you can easily take heavy items, two people carrying stuff, loading it up in the bed, and get in the bed without worrying about not being able to get stuff into the bed.
Yeah, it was great to not even have to hesitate with that step.
It's more of a staircase into the bed versus just a step.
Yeah.
Now Ford did it first with their step out of the tailgate, which was super innovative, a decade ago?
Yeah,
but
it's been a while.
When you mess with this, you realize you don't have to worry about slipping off the step or anything, because when I'm loading up that dresser, I was backwards. I could easily slip off a normal step, and that wouldn't have been a good situation. But the fact that this works so easily like that, this is the best tailgate, hands down. More trucks certainly need something just like that.
And along with that configuration, if you just close it back to a normal tailgate and you still have that step out,
the bed extender.
We use that as a bed extender, which was helpful because you don't have to tie down as many items. As long as they're secure, you have that backing there like you would with the tailgate closed. You just have an extra almost 1.5 feet or so.
Yeah, it's really nice
storage.
To where when you have a lot of stuff in there, it just gives you that extra security of things aren't going to slide out. You don't have to put that extra rope or anything. So when I had this loaded up, I mean, it was awesome. And then another thing that I really liked are the side steps, which is part of this truck's packages. First off, the way they work, how they slide outwards instead of deploy and come out, they are really quick to use. And as soon as you open the door, they're already pretty much ready to go and step on them. Other vehicles that kind of pop out, I noticed you gotta give them a second. And I'm quick to open my door and hurry up and hop out. But on top of that, the fact that you can hit that button and then they go down and out.
You get better access to the bed.
Yeah, when I was loading up stuff, which actually, there's so much to talk about with the bed. The fact that the carbon fiber bed actually goes to the bed side, it's got the most volume in its class, actually.
Yeah, the fender liners, or the fender arches, aren't even that big either, but the fact that you have that cutout there.
There's so much volume on the inside, so when I had the dresser, I put my GTR's mid-pipe and all the exhaust components in between the dresser and the bed side.
Yeah.
And I used those running boards in the rear position to easily put that thing in there. So it's awesome, the usability you get. I think GMC really thought about the consumer and thought about people who are going to use this as a work truck and using it just to do stuff. Not necessarily buying this one for, going on a job site like at a construction site, but even just moving furniture, pretty much anything that you need. It's so easy to work with. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, there's 9 different tie-down hooks in there that aren't movable. They're all stationary, so they're all in a different area just depending on the size of the items you're putting back in there. We have the cargo lights. You can put a 3-prong outlet back there to charge or use any tools that you want.
Yeah, very usable.
This truck also has the optional kicker sound system that's built into the tailgate. So basically it's a Bluetooth speaker, and we actually used it. It's a really cool concept.
We didn't think we would. We thought it was a gimmick.
Yeah.
It's part of the Carbon Pro package. It's $1,000. You get the carbon fiber bed and that speaker system.
It's pretty cool if you're using this to go dirt biking, tailgating. You're at the back of your truck working or something.
When we loaded up the bed with the furniture stuff, we were maybe working for 30 minutes, and we had the music going, and it was really cool.
Your phone doesn't have to be there either because it has a control pad there. And I don't know if I would personally get it, but after using it, it's kind of like
for $1,000, you know, you're already buying the $70,000 truck.
Yeah.
What's a grand more?
I mean, because you can buy a speaker separate, but if you want the bed option too,
it is really nicely integrated for sure.
Yeah.
So that's enough about the bed. So much going on back there.
It's pretty much what you're buying it for.
Really is the best. As far as, it's hard to pick apart the interior technology. I guess we'll really quick talk about that.
Yeah.
I think GM is a little late to the game with updating it. We're really excited for the new truck.
Because
Ford and Ram have been killing it with those massive screens. So it's nice to see the new one coming. You can tell this has been around for a little bit. It's not that it's bad. It's just small screen. I mean, nowadays screens are bigger than my hand, you know?
Yeah, but it is nice to see that we still have like Spotify, all the trailer system. This Denali comes with the 3D camera system, so we still get a lot of good tech even though it's not the updated or the next level version.
I do like how you can see a lot of the camera views while driving.
Yeah.
Very helpful. When I had this loaded up, I could see that my dresser didn't fall out, which was quite nice. But you get a lot of good tech, and now the new one, of course, is going to be laid out much more modern.
We even have the camera system in the rear view mirror, which honestly, the more vehicles we drive with that, the cooler it is, because you can see so much more than just in the standard rear view, that it actually gives you pretty much all the visibility you need behind you.
Very nice, yeah. As far as like the interior space, this is obviously one of the big size trucks, obviously they're all pretty much similar size, but it's cool having a truck that's this big. Even the rear seat space, we had 4 of us in it. It's got so much room back there to where it's very, very usable. And of course, talking back to the bed, it's such a usable truck, and people kind of give trucks like this crap for being $70,000, $80,000 in today's market. But you can genuinely do everything in these trucks nowadays.
Pretty much.
They are luxurious. They have more tech than, heck, your normal luxury car. They got good power, and they can tow a house. So very capable, and the sizing's cool. I also like when you take the rear seats and you lift them up, there's that huge cargo area. I went grocery shopping to Costco, so a lot of meats, you know, frozen stuff and cold stuff could all fit in there and kind of stay cold themselves. I didn't have a cooler or anything with me. So it's just very usable the way it is.
It's nice too that it has a good amount of storage aside from the back seats, like even the pockets down here. But let's transition now to some things that we don't like, because along with storage is that upper glove box. These are all nitpicky items that we tried to pick apart having this for a week, but if you go ahead and open that up.
So our issue with this is, it's cool that you get 2 glove boxes, of course, a traditional one and then this one. It's a huge door and it's kind of useless. I have my sunglasses and my cell phone in here.
That's pretty much it,
I can't fit anything else. If I put anything more, it's gonna fall right out if I open the door.
Maybe you put straws or something in there, you know, like thin items or coins, but it's such a large door for not a lot of space.
And of course my phone rings at that time.
Yeah.
But if they made this open, I think, down and have a bucket like this, I think it'd be way more usable. It's it's not really usable the way it sits, which, you know, nitpicky little thing. There's so much storage in it. I mean, do you need more storage? But this could certainly open the other direction.
I think one thing that I want to go on to next about things that are nitpicky I don't like is the column shifter.
Yeah.
Now, you said earlier when we were talking about this that truck people like having the column shifter.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't. I have a Tacoma, so I have a truck. I'm a truck guy.
Yeah. Well, this is a different truck guy.
I know. I'm the off-road truck guy. This is the work truck guy.
Guys like them.
But I found myself going from park to low range, going all the way.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to divide between, you know, neutral drive, low range. So obviously you might get used to that, but driving this for 7 days, I didn't get used to it. I don't know if that's enough time, but I just don't like it. I like the shifter down below, or even the dial, which is kind of like, if that breaks, what happens, right?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure this will have the buttons like the Yukon had.
Oh, the pull, push.
Which I got really used to.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, again, this is now the outdated truck, so I don't think that's on the new one. If it is, I might be wrong, but I'm not the biggest fan either, because the same thing. I can adapt to it quickly, because back in my dealership days, you know, I've been in all the trucks with them.
The only thing I would say, if the truck had the option of that jump seat, is why you would have this. Or I guess maybe you could have the new buttons now, but
I know Ford they have this on the jump seat trucks, and then they have their dial or whatever.
So I guess that's my reasoning for it. When I see this, I automatically think it should have a jump seat or more legroom or something in the middle.
I can see that.
But I don't know if there was anything else we didn't like about this.
No,
that was kind of it.
It's hard to pick it apart because
it's just, it's a truck.
It's very capable. It's got the things. The fit and finish is decent.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's nice.
There's a lot of plastic, I would say, like in the center here. Not the biggest fan of all that, but you do get a lot of like softer touch material. You can tell this is a little bit nicer than the Chevy version, of course, because it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But judging by the new Yukon, I'm sure the new one of this is going to be so nice. I've seen the pictures. I mean, it's definitely a step up. What about drivetrain and things that we hope translate to the new one? Like, do you like the way this thing rides and drives?
I like how it rides and drives. This has the air ride, or the mag ride in it, right? I think.
Yeah, it's got the Denali suspension. It's an adaptive suspension. I don't know if it's magnetic or air.
I mean, it drives nice. I haven't had any issues with that. It's been smooth, comfortable. We have that adaptive cruise and all of that.
We did, yeah, some highway cruising with it.
Yeah.
Very quiet, comfortable.
Transmission seems good if I give it some gas now. Like, I mean, that'll wake you up a little bit.
It has plenty
for a
of
truck.
power. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it rides and drives great. What are your issues with that?
I don't have any complaints.
Nothing?
It's definitely big. Obviously,
Yeah.
you already know that if you're buying it. But the only circumstance I had, I went to get some pizza and pulling into a space, I couldn't actually back out of it because the wall was too close.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of back out and make like a 3-point turn and use the lane next to me, and then go around the back of the parking lot and turn around.
Well,
it's pretty much the same size as a Tundra or an F-150, so you probably already know that when you're buying this.
Well, let me mention this real quick while we're talking about backing up. I don't like the size and the shape of the side view mirrors because
I noticed that.
if you're using this to tow a trailer, most other full-size trucks have the split or you can extend the mirrors. These just they're too narrow for my personal taste.
Yeah.
Now, everyone could be different, but if you and I both don't like the shape, it's just hard to get used to.
I know there's tow mirrors. I don't know if it's available on this particular spec.
Yeah.
The tow mirrors I would probably want on this.
I would want them, yeah.
I'm used to seeing tow mirrors, or at least bigger mirrors, even if they're just the basic mirrors.
Yeah, I don't know. The shape is throwing me off because if you have something tall in the back, it's too short. Like, they need to be.
I could see them being a little bit more square. They're too long, which nitpicky thing. You could get tow mirrors on it.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously add aftermarket stuff, but. That's probably it. We'll have to see on the new truck if they have different shaped mirrors. I think they might be a little more squared, which would kind of solve our issue, I'd say.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it's a pretty solid truck overall. I think GM does a good job making the GMC that little extra touch of luxury. It's not really that different from the Silverado, I would say. But with the new one, I think the interiors are going to be much more different than they have been in the past, because this is exactly the same as the Chevy.
Yeah.
So this generation, not really much difference aside from more chrome on the outside and some brushed aluminum. But I think with the next generation truck, they've definitely done a little bit better job differentiating them. And you can tell this does ride smoother than the Chevy. So
it's pretty.
If you're getting the GMC, you are getting that little extra touch of luxury and comfort, which is a nice. If you're really using this for racking up miles, the whole family's going to be in it. You have that tech and that comfort to kind of let everybody enjoy the ride a little bit better.
Yeah, and I think I would almost buy this truck just because of that tailgate system.
That is a huge selling because the new Tundra doesn't have that. Ram has their little barn door thing, which I think is useless and looks ugly with a line in your tailgate.
Yeah.
The Ford was a great innovation a decade ago, but now it's like just a step.
It'll be interesting to see who can compete with this. You can only get so far, I think, with a tailgate, but
this tailgate and the running boards, hands down, the best in the industry. And that if you're going to use this truck for what it's meant for, I think that's a huge, huge plus.
I think
they're all going to kind of tow the same and do all those other things the same, but I think that's I'm sure they got a patent on that, so. This is probably your only option if you really want that tailgate for quite a while.
I'm glad we got to test it out because at first we didn't, it's just, it's a cool step, but when you use it, you're like, whoa.
I thought it was a waste because being in the industry before, the Ford's tailgate is so expensive to replace. I'm sure this is 20 grand or 10 grand at least. But the fact that it is so usable, as long as you don't have a trailer hitch in it and lower everything and put a huge smashed dent in it, you should be pretty rock solid as long as you don't break it. But it's very helpful. Nice truck overall. I'm excited to see the new one. Hopefully we can get one for a week and test it out to see the new refinements. But if you're looking for a brand new, still with the previous generation type of truck, because not everybody really likes the new stuff, now is your chance to snag one of these up until they're gone.
Yeah, it's got enough tech without going overboard. So it pretty much gives you.
Some of you might say this is the last of the real trucks before all the tech.
Yeah.
So get one now before the new ones are out if you're not interested in the new ones.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm going to be a fan of the new one, but
I like the bigger screens even though I don't use all that tech.
Yeah.
It just looks a little bit nicer, but I think that wraps it up. What do you think?
Yeah, really good truck overall. Yeah, and we said that at the exact same time.
I know we did.
The tailgate, I can't get enough of the tailgate.
We got the heated and ventilated seats too. which is comfy. I got them on right now, keeping me nice and cool.
One drawback, there's no heated rear seats. For being fully loaded, that should certainly have it, because cheaper F-150s I've seen have it.
Yeah.
So hopefully the new one has it. I also like the storage in the rear seat backrests.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe a little bit small.
And panoramic roof. It needs a panoramic roof.
Like the Fords.
Yeah.
Right?
So
that's a good system.
As of right now, yeah, I do like the Ford interior, but the new one of this probably is going to have all those. And the tailgate, I would pick this.
Before we end today's video, can we make it?
It's a big truck, like I said.
Yeah,
I think it's like a 45-foot turning circle.
Just got to plan for it.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to wrap it up with our week with this 2022 GMC Sierra Denali. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video along with the other content that we made on this truck. Check all those videos out. They'll be down in the description below. Give the video a thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And we'll see you guys in the next video.